Good morning or good afternoon. Um, it's Celeste here, and welcome to a crafter story. So my crafter story is that I bought a little while ago. I bought a whole bunch of these washi sticker stamp rolls, and I think I have about 6 of them. But I find it really difficult to pull these off without them breaking or tearing or it's just I struggle to work with them, but I have them and I want to use them, and I don't want to waste any craft material ever. And so I had an idea to make some tickets, and it was while I was making a collage roll last week. I was using up these, and I thought, I wonder if I could make some of these by myself, because they can't be that hard to make. Anyway, so I brought out some of the papers that I have, and I have a lot of this bright color that is so bright. So I went ahead and I got out a little bit of this a little cotton round and dipped it into some ink. I really just went in there and started getting some of this ink on here. Excuse me. And it worked just fine. But I feel it's too dark and too messy, and I did play around with making some of those tickets, and I did make some, but you can't really see the little stamp. It's too dark at the back. So I thought, well, okay, what if I took a little backing, and I gave it a little backing, and then I put a little backing down. So anyways, I played around. So if I'm going to put this washi sticker down with a backing, then this washi is not going to be big enough. Currently it is sort of 1 3/4 by roughly 1.5. So 1 3/4 by 1.5. I think I'm going to make them 2 by, I think I might have to make it even bigger, unless I just, yeah, I'm going to have to make them bigger, because, so they'll be jumbo tickets. And instead of making them 1.5, I'll make them 2 wide by, should we do 2 by 2.5? 2 by 2.5 will make them that big, which is big. Oh, wait, I'm not, no, there. 2 by 2.5, so they're roughly going to be that big. I think that's okay. So to get past the whole very dark background, I decided to spray the paper instead. Now I've gone ahead and sprayed this one because it took me a minute to get it to dry to a point where I could use it. So I'm going to just use the back of this one to give you an idea of how I did it. So I have a little spray bottle. It's about 3 ounces probably, and some of my Ranger alcohol ink, the teak wood. I've filled this little bottle probably about halfway with just regular water, and I think I put in about 8 to 10 little drops, and all I've done is sprayed the page, and then I leave it to dry, and then I come back and I put on another layer and I leave it to dry. And so I layered and layered, and all these beautiful blotches, I left the blotches. Sometimes I came in with my heat gun and I spread some of the water ink around, which you can see I did here. So there's a bit of a run. There's some really dark blotches, and all of that is giving it that aged look, which is what I was going for. So I'm going to get this out the way and clean up my mess a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to put this on the floor. I don't want this ink to get on my floor, so I'll just clean it off a little as well. Okay, there you go. On the floor it goes. I'll put this away because I don't need it. Already gone ahead and made all the markings on here that I wanted with the alcohol ink. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that 2 by 2.5 measurement. Well, first the 2, because we're just going to cut a big long strip. Let me get that. I think this is going to be big enough. I hope so. Where was that little? There it is. So if I put, let's just make sure first. If I put this down here, and why I am making it wider is because I want to make sure that I can get some numbers down the side, because a ticket always has numbers, right? So I think that's going to be fine. Let me get measured down. Oh, let's try that again. And I moved again. Don't move. Stop moving. Oh, goodness. Okay, there you go. So I'll just cut one off. We'll just work with one. And I will show you. All right. Now I'm going to turn this over. Oh, look at those markings. Now turn it over. And down the center, just like that, down the center, I'm going to make a mark. Just with a pencil that I can erase later. I'm going to get my middle circle. There we go. Just make a light line. And now I'm going to measure off my 2.5, because that's now the size of our ticket. It's going to be there. Like that. Let's do another 2.5. So there's my half plus 2. Okay, and then my 2 plus half. Hey, my fractions are working today. Math, guys, math. Math was not my strong suit. Ever. I was just horrible at it. There's a half plus 2. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to cut this little piece off because we don't need it. And I will put these little pieces aside and use it in a collage at some point. See what it looks like. Oh, yes, I can use that. Okay, now, this is the part that I took me a minute to kind of figure out, which is kind of silly because it's so easy. When you look at it, a ticket, it has these little sort of divots, these little sort of little holes, and so to mimic that, I'm going to come in here and just pop out a half circle wherever one of these lines touches the edge of my page, and I'm going to just keep going until they're all done. Almost there. Last one. And then I realized that I couldn't get in far enough with my little clipper here. And so I did have to come out with my big old punch to get, because I need to make a hole there, there, and there to again sort of mimic that center hole. So I'm just going to come in here, and where those lines, pencil lines cross, I will put a hole, punch a hole like that. Last one. Okay. All right, so now we already have the shape that we need. The last thing I'm going to do on our reverse side is sort of, I guess, score, but I'm just going to use my pencil. Score this line because it's going to help us later, and so just press down a little bit harder. It's going to help us later to fold the tickets. If you wanted to fold them and tear them, this is, oh dear, I broke the pencil. Oh, let me get another one. I'll get this one. There we go. Press a little harder, maybe not as hard. So I don't break the pencil again. There's always something, right? I guess it depends on how you deal with goof ups, with oopses. Okay, so the basic construction is now done, and because I did some of that, some hard pencil lines at the back, I can start sort of folding them a little bit, making it really look like it's a ticket. I'm going to come in with a dauber and get some of the fold accentuated, just in part because it's an older ticket. It's a vintage, we're making vintage tickets, and in part to show me where I can't decorate over to the other side. So do the same over here, maybe just all the way along the side. Since we've got the ink and the dauber out, I might as well go ahead and do the aging part of it already. Oh, I know what I missed something. I just realized these corners looked so sharp, and I was like, oh, why? That doesn't look right. And it's because I was supposed to clip them. All right, so let's come in here and just, this is a step I missed. If you look here, if I was to tear this off now, there would be a little sort of quarter cut. And I haven't done the quarter cut here, so I'm going to come in here and just do a little nip it there. And nip it, I think I did that one a little shallow. Let me come in and just make it a little bigger. Same on this side, just a little quarter circle cut. There we go. Oh, much better. Much better. Yay. Okay. So now I went ahead and invested in one of these stamps. I've always wanted one and found one. So I have this stamp now that I'm going to go in and stamp the side. I'm going to go in like that. Sorry, this is my practice one, so it's really messed up, but it's it gives you an idea of how I came up with this. I'm going to stamp on the side here of each of these, and then I know how much space I've got left to do some decorating. I feel like this is more important than decorating, because without a number, it wouldn't be a ticket. At least that's what I think. So my ticket number, how do you read this? Okay, I'm just gonna go in with the first one, and then I'm going to try and get in the kind of like that. Oh, it's a little skew, but never mind. Okay, so it's the 8 that needs to become a 9, like that. Now, hopefully I've got this not backwards. Oh dear, let me make sure. Oh, I did have it backwards. There, like that. Okay. Let's see. So this one is a little straighter. It's a 99. So now I need to make this 8, 0, 0. I'm trying to be numerically. Why do I not know where I am with it? Yeah, like that. 8, 0, 0. No, I got that wrong. Did I? Oh, it doesn't matter. You know what? These numbers are just not going to be right. So, no, it does matter. I want it to be right. So there's 9, 0, 8. And this should be 0, 0, I think. Maybe now I've got it right. Let's check again. Okay, that way. 908, yes, I think so. I think now I've got it right. So I'm still practicing with this. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Now the 0 becomes a 1. Where's my 1? Come here, number 1. You next up. Like that. Like that. Okay, so I figured it out. It takes me a while sometimes. This needs to show out for the numbers to be, gosh, Celeste, really, for the numbers to be the right way. Okay, all right, so there's our numbers. Now, I realize, obviously, that not everybody's going to have a stamp like this. So depending on the size that you're making your ticket, you could go ahead and borrow the numbers from a ticket. I've also realized that on bingo cards, they've got little serial numbers. You can go and borrow that and paste it on. Or alternatively, just go on your printer and print out some numbers, tear it off the page for a little bit of an aged look, and you can just paste your numbers down here. So that'll work as well. Okay, so a little while ago, I went to a thrift store with my son, and I found this little packet for 57 cents of 60 foil cups. And at the time, I was umming and ahhing and thinking, gosh, should I get it? Should I not get it? But I'm glad I did, because I've actually used it quite a bit. And so I'm going to now make one of this. This one has the Eiffel Tower on it, and that is where I want to put it. But I realized also that this, even though I've got the number, I've got all the aging. One moment, please. Oh, so sorry. I've got the aging, I've got the number, I've got the gold bling, I've got the sticker. It still doesn't really have enough on it in my mind. And so I am going to get... What happened to my pen? Oh no. Oh, I found it. Is that my black? Yes. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to make a line down the one side. And I'm not really measuring. I'm just gonna put the line in, and almost as if it was meant to be there as part of the print. And I'm going to put another line up here, because I was looking at tickets and trying to figure out, what they might look like, and they don't have to look any sort of way. I just didn't want it to be a boring ticket. So there we go. And I'm not measuring, you guys, really not. I don't, I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. Should I even have done it? Well, I've done it now, so there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of, I've got a pretty one here with a butterfly. I've got some of these little washi stuck on the side of my desk here. I'm going to get a bit of glue out and just put a little glue down, because I don't, the washi sticker glue is not meant, it doesn't stay. And so, oh, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, I've got space for another one. What else should we do? Should we do this little bee? Because it also says bee leave. There you go. The little bee is down. Oh, all right. And now I'm going to cut them loose. And we'll be able to put these down on our stamps. And then the stamp is close to finished. Close to being finished. Okay, that's still got a bit of glue on it, so it's kind of sticking. There we go. All right, so this one, let's put this one down here. And the picture you put down doesn't have to be a washi sticker. It doesn't even have to be this shape. You could maybe have found really pretty stickers in a magazine. Maybe you have stamps that you really like, maybe used stamps that you pulled off an envelope that you might want to use. Oh, that's nice and skew. Oh, dear. Oh, it's going to have to stay now. Oh, dear. Okay, so I'm going to put this little down, a little across. I don't want to cover the numbers. There we go. And this one's skewed too. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. It's okay. I don't mind. Let's see what else. I've got this pretty little bird. Maybe I can put a little bird down. I've got some space on this one. This little piece here. put some glue down and put our little birdie down. And this, I'm so happy that I finally found a way of using these washi stickers, because they sit on my desk and they stare at me. And at night, I swear they're going, use me. And they taunt me. So I was like, okay, fine, I will use you. I have no clue how, but now I do. So, okay, let's get that. Let's see if I can get this one straight. My goodness. Kind of. Oh no, look at the... Okay, that's okay. I just realized that this washi is actually a landscape washi. So when I'm using this ticket sometime later in a journal, I wonder if I can pull it up quickly and put it in the same direction as the number. Then at least when I'm using it in my journal at some point, I can put it in like that instead of like that. I'm just going to put a little glue over it because luckily this glue doesn't take away from the shine of this little cupcake holder. All right, let me get one more. Got one more to go, and maybe, oopsie, maybe we do a... Okay, let's maybe do another little bird. I have got another little bird here. And that was the other thing, you know, this yellow paper. I also thought, oh my gosh, it was a gift, and I really, you know, want to honor the gift by actually using the paper. And because, you know, the person who gave it to me didn't have to give it to me, it was just really nice of them. And so I've been using the bright paper by aging it with the glue and the ink, and sometimes distressing it. I did another video a couple of months ago, a good few months ago, where I distressed, I think it was a purple and a green, may even have been like a psychedelic, a pink one, I don't remember. But you can use these bright colors. You just have to kind of think outside the box a little bit. Oh, it's upside down. No, we don't want this poor little girl, little bird, sitting on her head. Okay, there you go. And the birdie is down. There we go. So that is my version of a ticket. It's a larger size ticket. Depending on the picture you use, you could make a much smaller one. I like the idea of this one being a little larger. I'm so skew. Places is ridiculous. And guys, please, if you don't have any of these types of stamps, you know, you can make your own, or if you want to invest in one of these, it wasn't super, I think it was $7. It wasn't super pricey, and I really just put it into an ink pad. They're not self-inking, but that's fine too. And then when this glue is dry, I'll come into the back and I'll erase all these pencil lines. I could put a little quote at the back here, and use this as a tag. I could put this entire strip into a journal and just have it be almost like a belly band. This could be a belly band in a journal too. Actually, I just thought of that. I think that's exactly what I'm going to use this for, as a belly band. And so then if you are going to use it as a belly band, you'll have to make sure that your length is not longer than the page you're putting it into. But yeah, there you go. I hope this is something that inspired you to go and try for yourself. All right, you guys, thank you so much for visiting with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.